Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought. Last time we had a session where we only had small skirmishes, and I'm afraid, I'm so sorry that this will continue this session as well. At least that's what it looks like. However, let's take a chance, shall we? I'm willing to bet the lion will be badly damaged. No, she didn't, but gosh. The Germans have so few ships left that they're not even being shown anymore. Politics, 7 ships remaining, they're building 5, 4 are being repaired. So they only have 3 active ships. 3 torpedo boats. That's all they have. Three torpedo boats. I guess I can send in small destroyer groups from Hull in the hope of catching the enemy and getting them to fight. That's been the main issue for the last episode or so. The enemy just refuses to fight. Can't blame them. I mean, sure. I have a lot more ships, so in larger formations, maybe that's the main issue really. My formations are too big. Let's cut them down a bit. We are blockading the Germans. In terms of finances, that should... No, it's not really being shown. Why bother blockading, people? Look at this. Plus 5.7% growth. Use some money to get better relations with the Germans? Why would I? Well, look at that. The Germans lost 7 transport ships. Their growth is now 6.7%. What? Oh well, nothing that I really can do about this, I'm afraid. Let's take a look at my fleet. We got a lot of ships at sea, a couple of ships repairing, and a lot of other ships that are just sitting in harbor doing nothing. So please go to in being. In 10 months we'll have new light cruisers. In 8 months we have new heavy cruisers. And in 4, 6 and 11 months we have some new battleships. Seeing the status of the Germans, I'm going to start getting rid of some of my ships sooner than I first anticipated. First off, these heavy cruisers. You are out of here. There we go. We have some Donegal class cruisers. Let's take a look at that design, shall we? That is old. Yeah, that is old indeed. Not even gonna check if I can upgrade them. I'm just gonna get rid of them. Don't really need them anymore at this stage of the game. So yeah, you served me well, but you are gonna get scrapped. So I'll leave them with 2 and 1 of those. The Drake class heavy cruisers are being built. We got some Minotaur class cruisers. Let's take a look at those. Oh yes, these ships. They really did not perform as I would have liked them to perform, so I'm gonna get rid of them. No more Minotaurs. Donegal, Drake, Minotaurs. There you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, of course, we have the powerful class. 1902. You got 9-inchers, don't you? Yeah. But only 18 knots. It's a very small ship. Very cheap. 2.5 million to build. Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of you. Just like I'm gonna get rid of you. Delete the design. And let's get rid of some of these heavy cruisers. There we go. Then we come to the Apple class. Oh, look at that. The previous episode has just finished rendering. Awesome. Now, the Apple. The Apple class light cruisers have been awesome. They've done a lot of work, and their 6.9 inchers have decimated the enemy on more than one occasion. However, their armor is lackluster, their speed is not as great either. I'm going to get rid of at least half of you for the time being. The Liverpool class has been the, well, I would say replacement, but no, look at that. Let's take a look. Liverpool class light cruisers, 21 knots. Yeah, these are the ones that are really not up to par anymore. It's not the armor per se that's the issue. It's should I keep them? No, I don't think I'm gonna keep the Liverpool class. Whatever ships are, whoops, wrong button. Whatever ships are not at sea will get removed from service. Liverpool. And that includes the Liverpool herself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 Liverpools out of service. There. That cleans things up nicely. The raccoons. Yes, I'm gonna run them all down. Whew. 4 funnels, 21 knots, 3.5, compound armor, single hull. Yeah, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Where are you? Elizabeth, Malayas, Monarchs, Drake, Apples, Liverpools. There are the raccoons. The raccoon herself appears to have been lost in action in an earlier episode. There. Now that cleaned up nicely. We basically disbanded around 50 ships, I reckon. It was worth it. Those ships were really out of date, and let's face it, we got 38 new ships coming in, including 12 battleships. My god, what am I gonna do with 12 new battleships? It might have been a bit overkill, really. A bit. Look at that. 4 Elizabeth classes, 6 Malayas. Yeah. Of course, these are dreadnoughts 2 and 3s, I think, in terms of hull. Let's see, the Elizabeth. Yeah, that's a 3. The Malaya is a 2, I think. Yeah. When these ships enter service, I might actually start... Well, first of all, I'm gonna start to take out the Empress of India class warships. And besides that, am I going to retire the dreadnoughts? Well, I can no longer build the dreadnoughts. However, am I going to retire them? I think it's a bit too early to retire these ships. Let's see if we can get a new upgrade in. A double hull. Ooh, that would really help. White powder. No, thank you. Gun cotton. Am I going with high explosives? No. I'm gonna keep it at gun cotton. With a standard ratio of shells. I'm tempted to actually go with increased shells. We have a 0.74 weight offset. We can turn that to a 0.3 as well. And a bit more citadel. So, ooh, does that work? No, it does not. That is a shame. Can I get that working somehow? Let's see. No, I don't think I can. Not with the current technology levels. I'm gonna keep it at this. Minor upgrades for the dreadnought. To keep her usable a little while longer. The 1905 refits for the dreadnoughts. All ships that can upgrade will upgrade. And let's see. Refit 2 months. That's acceptable. So yeah, the dreadnoughts 1902 can be deleted. The Apple class, you've served your purpose. So my oldest ships now are my Nellies and Seafires. I have some Seafire upgrade lying around and I haven't used it yet. This Seafire upgrade increases the torpedo tubes by making them duals rather than single firing launchers. The Tigress, yeah, is fine. I think for now my fleet is okay-ish. Could I upgrade my little Nellies? 1902, I should be able to get something on her. Like a double hull, anti-flood, would standard bulkheads. We have an aft weight offset. Yeah. If we take the armor down, it hardly matters in terms of weight. It does matter in terms of balancing, of course. But look at the weight, it doesn't really affect things. This is a gunboat, so I can go with reduced torpedoes. Can we go with 17 inchers? No, the 17 inchers are still a no-go, but I know it won't fit, I just have to try. That does fit though, look at that. Decent weight offset. Increased survivability due to the double hull and anti-flood systems. We sacrificed some torpedoes, but honestly, this is not a torpedo boat, so yeah. This will make this ship far more useful. Refit. Whatever you can. Let's see, 1 month to refit these ships. Am I going to end the line though? What's the biggest destroyer I can build? Let's take a look at that, shall we? Torpedo boat, destroyer 1, 1,050 tons. The little Nelly is a 900-ton ship. The Tigress is a 950. That's the biggest one that currently in service. Yeah, make a larger destroyer and the little Nelly line. Make this the bigger Nelly. The bigger Nelly line. How retarded can we make her? How far back can we put the main tower? Boink. Standard funnels, please. 1, 2, 3. No, I really can't put you back any further. That is a shame. Let's make you very small. No, if I do that, then it wouldn't really be a big destroyer anymore, now would it? We can add a barbette there, a barbette there, and a barbette there. Let's see. The little Nellies have 4-inch guns, Mark IIs. How about upgrading the big Nellies to 5-inchers? The Tigress as well is armed with 6 5-inch guns. Pardon me, I'm going to add a single forward-mounted torpedo launcher. Dual barreled, of course. Let's see, what can we do with the number of guns? Oh, that really has a bad angle. How about the 4-incher? Three, 4, 5. Oh yeah, I'm getting rid of you guys. 6, 7. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Bigger Nelly. And Bigger Nelly is bigger, better, and uncut. With a 33 knot speed, a double hull, flood 1, croup 1 armor, of course. Doesn't really matter a lot on the destroyers, in my personal opinion, because, you know, you hardly have armor anyway. Yeah, you're not a torpedo boat, so get rid of the torpedoes. Also means, you know, a torpedo detonation will be less catastrophic. And you will get fast torpedoes, so if you get them to launch, they will reach the target quickly. And yes, people, I'm really trying not to look at the aft weight offset. I know some of you will probably be screaming at me right now. But nope, not looking at it until now. 1.5-inch main belts. Let's add a 4 belts. And let's add a... ooh. For deck, what do we need to get this cleaned up? 4 belt is maximum. I could go with a 0 aft belt, but I'm not the AI. Main deck, a bit less. Main belt, let's go down to 1. Yes, I know, I really hate that. Gonna do it anyway. Sue me. I can't make the torpedoes any smaller now, can I? I can go with, oh, standard shell size. Oh, that helps a lot. And we're perfectly balanced. Not looking at the roll. Not looking at the roll. Thank you very much. Let's make sure my conning tower is a bit better. My main deck. Not because I care much about the main deck, but it lowers the roll a bit. Weight offset came up though. Why? 40% roll versus 36. Well, I'm sacrificing some. Well, I'm getting rid of some roll, and I'm adding some weight offset by doing this. Right now, I rather have less roll than 0 weight offset. I'm gonna keep it like this. Have I set up? Yes, I have. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the bigger Nelly. Safe design. My new destroyers. My new gunboat destroyers. 14 4-inch guns, 3 5-inchers. Yes, please. 20. They are going to replace the little Nellies eventually. But yeah, I think 20 minutes spending rebuilding and redesigning the fleet is more than enough. Wouldn't you agree? So yeah. Let's hit the research tab quickly. Check out what we have coming up. An unknown rangefinder, yes please. I really want less of that as well. And yeah, I'm gonna keep one of my techs at torpedo propulsion or torpedo size from now on. I want to catch up in that regard. This guy is doing 30 knots. I won't be able to catch her. Auto-resolve. My ship's died. No! Thank God. Little Nelly. Oh. I gotta take this. I mean, if it was any other destroyer, I probably wouldn't have. But this is the flagship of my Nelly fleet. Now we get to see if I was right in designing a new warship, yes or no. Enemy is to the northeast, pardon me. The weather is perfect. In fact, it's one of the best weathers I've had in a long time in this game. I really hope in that regard that once they've set up the main campaign mechanics, that they will add better graphics to the weather systems. You know, higher waves, rain falling down, things like that. That would be really cool. Enemy is to the north. Don't tell me, in a 3-1 fight, the enemy is still retreating. Oh, this is sad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pause the recording here and see if I can engage the enemy. And if not, well, either way, see you soon. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Once more, the enemy decided not to fight. The German admiral is really careful with his ships these days. Can't say I blame him. However, let's see, you're all damaged, that's a shame. Do I have some battleships lying around? Yes, I do. No, I don't. I was gonna say I'm gonna use my battleships to blockade all the enemy ports. -5 unrest. Well, I got 0.8, so I do not negotiate with terrorists. Auto-resolved, not gonna do anything. There we go. Fleet status. 6 months for my destroyers. And I believe... yeah, first of all, the Mulch class. These are ships that I've taken from the Austro-Hungarian Navy. 31 knots. They're really slow compared to my own destroyers. They're quite nicely balanced in terms of weapons. A lot of guns, some torpedoes. However, I'm going to scrap them. They're no longer useful to me. Torpedo boat, my battleships, let me see. Okay, yeah. The Duke of York is a Duke of York class. Ooh. Only had 2 of these ships, I think. Never built a lot of them. Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of them. They served their purpose. Not the most distinguished of service, but you know, you've done your job. But with 20 knots, you're really slow now. Same with the other ship of this class. Let's get rid of you. I'm not getting rid of the Empress of India. No matter what happens, she will be in my fleet until the end of days. However, the Barfleur and the Cornwallis may head to a port, so you can be disbanded. The Mediterranean fleet is being scrapped. That was the oldest fleet we had lying around. 1904 Empress of India view design. Refit. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna see if I can do even more with her. Lower her range so I can get a double bottom in. And yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Because this ship will be in my fleet for eternity. So, you know what? Instead of doing that, in fact, I'm going to lower her armor and see if we can go to 20 knots. Not with this engine efficiency. Let's take a look at the funnels, shall we? 36 or... Oh, look at that. That it makes the engine efficiency a lot better. With induced boilers, I can get away with only 1. Yes, please. And we still have some room to spare. Can we go to 22 knots? No. 21? Nope. 20 seems to be the... Yeah. 20.1. Okay, go back to 20, I suppose. I can't increase the range, but that's okay. She doesn't have to have more range. Can we add standard crew quarters? Yes, please. She has torpedoes. She does. You know what? Let's get rid of the torpedoes. That gives me a bit more room to work with. Okay. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Can I get more range? No. No, that's not doable. Okay. Let's see, 789, 100%, minus 4%. This is gonna be quite an investment to upgrade this ship. 5.5 and 5" 4. There, look at that. And of course, Mark II 11" I'm tempted to turn her basically into a heavy cruiser. Take out the 11 inchers and add 9 inchers instead. So, like this, and then I can go with a 11-inch main belt. Yep, I can go back to my 11-inch main belt. 6.5, 6. Ooh, look at that. So, we sacrificed some firepower, and in exchange we got more survivability, more speed, and this way she can still act as a heavy cruiser command ship, basically. You know, add a few of these retributions, or maybe 1 or 2 of the drakes that are still lying around, to go with her. Yes, I like it. Empress of India, old design. Delete. New design. Refit the Empress of India. 7 months. Yeah, that was to be expected. But she will be a proper armored cruiser. Now, let's hit the end turn, shall we? Yeah, I don't want that much unrest, so let's use a bit of money. I agree. Peace. Light cruiser, 26 knots. A Tigress and a little Nelly. 30 knots, 33 knots. In theory, I should be able to catch the enemy. I say in theory because, you know, they're probably running. No. No, he's not. Detach formation. Oh, well, maybe he is, but, you know, the 30 times speed, that's a no-go. 30 knots on this destroyer, 33 on the other one. So, Norman, let's go kill him. We have engaged the enemy light cruiser. Norman, turn left. Westcott. I don't think I've ever seen this class, the Tigress class, in proper combat before. She has 5-inch guns and as such has a bit more of a punch than the little Nellies. And look at that. The 4 and 5 inchers are ravaging the enemy heavy cruiser. Finally we get one of their ships down again. It's been really frustrating to have only battles, you know. Start a battle, enemy retreats, I have to cut the recording, just follow them for nearly 5 hours in the hope of catching them. And in the end, not being able to do so. It's really frustrating, and I'm glad we finally managed to catch something once more. The 4-inchers from the little Nelly are superior. The 4-inch guns are the better guns. They did a lot more damage. This is not good for my big Nellies, who also have 5-inchers. Then again, who knows, maybe when I get to upgrade them. 800 victory points and another 5 transports sunk. Very good indeed. 2 battleships go there, please. And another 2 park around there, why not? Let's see, yeah, Burfleur, let's get rid of you, shall we? We still have some sailing coffins as well. scrap, scrap. There. Sailing coffins. For those of you that don't remember, the sailing coffin was a torpedo boat, and the first torpedo boat that I designed this campaign. There were still 4 of them remaining in Dublin. The Ranger, the Recruit, the Bat, and the Desperate. I'm going to scrap 3 of them. Look at how, in 5 years that I built these ships. Yeah, in terms of historical value, the Ranger, of course, is the oldest one. So I'm going to keep her. Scrap the other 3. The Dove-class torpedo boats are in Belfast. Same thing will happen to you. 1, 2, 3 of you will be gone. And the Dove will go to Dublin. Dublin will be my main harbor for historical ships, I think. So yeah, the Empress of India, Dublin will be your last mooring place. 6 months before the Empress of India is refitted. That's a big refit. Some destroyers, 1 month remaining. Forgot to check. 6 months. When will my destroyers be finished? In 5 more months. Alright, let's hit the end turn. 2 meetings, but will we get a peace treaty? A revolution in Italy. Very good. And the war continues. Why? For the love of God, why do you want to continue this war? I just want to end the war, be able, allow the AI to rebuild their fleets. And for me, I want to rush the new tax, get my fleet reorganized, things like that, and just spend 20 turns off camera getting things done. But no. My illustrious government refuses to accept the German surrender. Or the Germans refuse to surrender, either way. Spider, what are you? Little Nelly. With 2 dreadnoughts, I am not concerned at all. In fact, I would not mind turning the AI on and, you know, going away, getting some breakfast, and going outside for half an hour, and I'm still sure I would have won. Sadly, this is not the case. Also, notice how my 4-inch guns from the Nelly are ruining the enemy there. Turn around, please. Let's give him a broadside, shall we? So far, the Nelly has done more damage than my dreadnoughts. Of course, one 13-inch hit will change that. And that should be around now, I reckon. We have a perfect broadside here. The 4-inchers, also from the dreadnoughts, are doing a lot of damage. Yeah, the dreadnoughts are overtaking the torpedo boat now. Torpedo boat, move in. And I would really like a 13-inch shell to hit the target by now. So far, it's the 4-inchers that have done the work. What is my 85% chance to hit? Come on. There we go. At least the 13-inchers are visible now. 1k damage done. Ooh, 1500 damage done. Yeah, The 13-inchers are finally catching up. Safe torpedo launch, please. Yeah, I know I'll probably get my destroyer damaged for nothing. But why not? It is her destiny to be very close when the enemy battleship sinks. Another German ship bites the dust. Three torpedo boats. Yeah, auto-resolve. Manually they're gonna retreat. Well, look at that. Low crew. Oh, that's interesting. Nah, the Germans have plenty of crew. That's a shame. I would have hoped for a moment that they would no longer have the crew members to man their warships, but sadly that was not to be. Go away. Also, Austrian ships. Why? Finances. Oh, we're still at war. You know what? Let's build a small dockyard. I agree. Peace. Fight. Auto-resolve. Lol. How? Yes! Oh my god. Peace. Finally. Peace. And Germans, you will pay for this. It took ages. 7-inch Mark IIs. 7-inch Mark IIs. Alright. Now, with that, ladies and gentlemen, the world war that I was fighting against the Germans, the Austro-Hungarians, and the Italians together with the French has come to an end. The Italians surrendered very quickly after their fleet got decimated. The Germans fought to the last. In some ways I do respect them for doing so. In some ways I hate them for doing so. But I do know the war is over. Finally. And this will be very beneficial for my economy. It was starting to struggle a bit. Not as much as the other ones. Look at the German economy. It shot up to 11%, 13% for the French. However, I think my naval prestige, can it go any higher than this? I'm very pleased. The next few months will be done off camera. I will reorganize my fleets because it's a bloody mess right now. After reorganizing the fleets, I'll also continue tacking up as quickly as possible. I really want these new rangefinders, new armor forging, and more importantly, when those are done, I want to focus on new hulls, because I want my battle cruisers for the next engagement. It's 1905. It's time to get them, I reckon. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.